Damn it, I can't chat. Damn it. Anyway, overlaying back to the right one, hopefully there it is. Game number 2 between these two players in the round of 8, I believe. We have VBRhuubarb down in the bottom left as the teal, blue, light blue, whatever the shit it is. And in the green up the top right is TCPLemminks. Winning that previous game with the 3-3-3 carriers and the 3-3-3 Archons on the ground, providing some support. I think, as we said, I think Rhubarb just sort of lost that because there weren't too many battle cruisers in the end, and the battle cruiser is sort of that late game key unit that you really want. You don't want to try and stop the carriers with Vikings. You need to have like, what is it? Something like 4 Vikings to every carrier or something ridiculous like that. So anyway, opening up pretty standard here again is Rhubarb. Getting the gas and the racks. His opponent picking up his own gateway and assimilator. Scouts out a different direction just in case of cheese. They're actually going to meet right in the middle here. These guys are going to kiss. Ready? Mwah. There you go. Bam. At SCV just got a date. Shame it's a robot. Probe just heading across. Not sure why. Oh, okay. Because it's blocked off, the probe can't actually head inside the proper ramp, and Lemmings is going to probably be a bit annoyed about that. Unfortunate fact of scouting out after a simulator, if they're a little bit late, if you go the extended route. Cybernetics core going up, second gas, very different here from Lemmings. Is he going to try something interesting such as that blink star that he used before? I don't know. If Rhubarb goes for that mech again, I wouldn't really advise it because the mech should be able to deal with that blink stuff very, very easily. Sorry. But yeah, pretty standard here. Factory on the way. Second gas is also going up for Rhubarb, so we could see... I'm thinking given the position of this factory, we may see a drop? Hellion drop? Reactor? Bunker? Or at least a Banshee? Banshee without cloak. Starport. Tech lab. Okay. Banshee without cloak, I think. Just to open up. And possibly a 1-1-1. We'll see. Because of course, Lemmings has gone for... He hasn't gone for a 1-gate expand, which is one of the better ways of dealing with a 1-1-1. And what he has actually done is going for a Twilight Council and Robo, so he could actually be doing this blink thing yet again. He's got 2 Stalkers out on the map. A third is about to jump out as well. Is probably going to get a couple of gates, couple more gates maybe, or an expansion. Nope, he's going to head out and get a proxy pylon up. So Rhubarb has scouted out what's going on. I do not know if Lemmings has seen this.
SCV ready.
Hang on, let's just have a quick look at his view. Yep, alright, he has seen it. Bunker building for Rhubarb. Knows that it is going to be the threat of a blink attack into the main. And there's that Banshee. So building a bunker in a very nice position here just to make sure that he can defend against that blink in. A factory is constructing another tech lab over here, so it is going to be some sort of iteration of the 1-1-1 from the looks of it. Lemmings is not going to have a good time, I don't think. If he catches the Banshee, is he going to catch it? Ooh, does see it. He sees it at least, so he knows that he'll need to get a needs to get an observer. He's going to crank that out as soon as possible. Needs to have some units back at home, because if he doesn't have any stalkers there to defend against that, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, actually, he already has one observer out. He's going to have a second one out here in just a second. So there we go. Banshee heading across. We got a pylon down in the bottom side of the map. Raven, yep. So 1-1. Where's the extra tank? Doesn't have any gas, that's why. But, sorry, yeah, I was just sort of trying to figure out what's going on. Banshee does get inside the natural, takes down one of the probes, heads out because there are too many stalkers there to deal with that. Observer just quickly seeing what's going on, hasn't actually seen these buildings here, but probably can assume exactly what's going on. And, oh wow. Okay, he's stopped production. He's made this look quite a lot like a 1-1-1. And the Banshee, meanwhile, is getting taken down. She's calling for Mayday. And just watching this observer being very sneaky, actually gets away from that Raven and the Marines that were chasing after it, and there we go. It's going to head outside. We've got a few of these units here, so Lemmings has seen that this is not a traditional sort of 1-1-1, because of course there are Banshees out, and you know there is a Raven there as well. We've got a tank, we've got a few Marines, but it's not going to be this. It's not going to be a standard sort of thing. So he's got a few immortals out, which are actually not going to be too useful just at the moment. I'm still not exactly sure about what Rhubarb is going to do here. Okay, he is going to switch it up into a mech. This is a weird way to go to mech, but a safer way to go to mech. Because he did see, of course, that Lemmings was going for that blink style, which means that he needs to sort of be a little bit more prepared for that, and he got prepared by building that extra bunker, getting the Raven out as well to spot the observer, and then also you know, make sure he has a few Marines out. The score at the moment, Dante, is 1-2 Lemmings. Took out the previous game with 19 carriers with 3-3-3 against Rhubarb's mech play, very similar to Ruined. I think you were just playing your game, weren't you? How did your game go? Here we are. So, looks as if Lemmings is perhaps going to go for a timing once his charge completes. Not exactly sure. He's sort of very passive at the moment. That one Banshee attack has been basically the only thing that has happened in this game. But speaking of which, one of the Banshees will find the proxy pylon down the bottom right-hand side. And what are these Marines doing? Random Marines are scouting out for some more pylons here. And this is going to be, again, another mech from Rhubarb. So he's got a couple of tanks out. We've got a few Hellions out on the map as well. Just having a quick poke around. A couple of bunkers at the front to defend. And, yeah. So does Rhubarb... Has he been spotted? Look at that. That looks so pretty. And it looks like the Banshee is going to come back across. So we're going to have another attack inside there. Unfortunately for Rhubarb, 3 Stalkers are prepared. An Observer is also ready. But there is going to be a Hellion... No? Okay. I thought this is going to be a multi-pronged attack here from Rhubarb. Going to be very cool. But what he is doing is just securing his third base. We've got a couple of supply depots going up here to block that little hole. And once he's done that, then he should be okay to just sort of put more of the siege across to this area here, where the tanks are at the moment. And with a quick turret there to make sure that he's defended against any observers that are floating around, he should be quite nice. So worker count at the moment very even, sitting at 45 for Rhubarb. Although for a Protoss being down by 2, that's not exactly the most sort of even position. Of course, mules will factor into the Terran's income production, and I think Lemmings, I think he was expecting that 1-1-1 to arrive at some point round about now, and he said, "All right, let's do it, bro. I've got charge slots. I got 5 immortals. We got some sentries here as well. The perfect defense against that 1-1-1. But there's nothing here, so Don't know exactly what's going on with that. Probe comes across, tries to put down a Nexus, but one Marine standing in the way. If I was that probe, I would just put it down and warp the shit in right on top of his head. It's kind of like that Zergling we had before that couldn't be crushed by the command center. But now switching over a little bit more standard now, Lemmings is researching +1 to armor. He's also got a robotics bay on the way. And he's going to probably get some colos started very soon. So he still hasn't seen exactly what Rhubarb is up to because he hasn't been able to get back inside the main. He's seen some of this side expansion here at the 3rd. Going to be very protected here with the tanks at the back. One Marine. Look at this guy. How badass is this guy? He's sitting in the middle. I can't even click on him. There he is. He's sitting right in the middle of these tanks. He's pretty safe right there. But now, as we can see, going to establish a little bit of a wall off here is Rhubarb, and now his opponent just pushing across the map. There is a lot of firepower here for Lemmings. He's got these Immortals. They don't have any upgrades apart from +1 to armor, which just completed, and there aren't actually too many tanks. I mean, there isn't a massive amount of mech capabilities here for Rhubarb just at the moment, but he does have some Hellions on the way. Well, Hellion's already out somewhere. And a few more tanks coming. But an observer tries to get in, does see that there's a lot of mech here, so it is mech again. Let's see if Lemmings can sort of make the right choices again, as he sort of did in the previous game. We sort of had 50-50 on whether it was the correct choices or not. But Lemmings now researching +1 to weapons. Should grab the +1 to armor or shields very quickly soon as well. He could also look. What I would like to see, what he didn't do on the previous map, which is obviously even a lot easier to do it, is to take another base really quickly. You can take this 4th base pretty quickly here. Like, the only threat that he's going to face at the moment is Hellions, and if his opponent moves out with the rest of his army, like, I mean, there's a lot of tanks out on the map now. If Rhubarb were to move out with all of these tanks, the Immortals and the Zealots will shred them absolutely and completely. But here we go. Hellions just gonna walk in here. I don't know why Lemmings hasn't seen this again. Anyway, gets inside the main, gonna roast up some of these probes here. Getting rid of a few. Get a total of 8, maybe a 9. No 9, but Colossus are now out. Colossus a little bit useless against mech. Of course, the siege tanks have a range of 13 when they're sieged up. The Colossus with Thermal Lance have a range of 9, I believe it is. Yes. So I hope he doesn't continue too much more with this Colossus production. He has seen that there is a very mech-ish style coming out of Rhubarb now, so he doesn't really need to push too many more Colossus. Could even just go for more Immortals. But getting some more research done, +2 to armor, over halfway done. 2 to weapons is just starting now. Lemmings is lagging the game for some reason. Blue Flame also on the way, which is interesting considering there are there's only 4 Hellions out on the map. But a couple more of those factories in production. Double armory down at the bottom, researching 2-2 to that mech army upgrade. And Rhubarb, he's got a lot more Banshee power in this one, which is a little bit different to the previous game where he had, I think he had one at one random point. He had a couple of Banshees there, but Rhubarb scouting out this 3rd base here. He's going to get in, and there is actually no defense because the rest of the Lemmings' army is on the other side of the map and just going for the engagement. I think this is actually just going to be a switch into just a simple attack and a base trade or whatever, but is he going to do it? Here he goes. We got a 3rd Colossus coming in. The Zealots at the front going to tank a little bit of this. Here they go. Sieging from the back are those tanks, laying down all sorts of fire. Interestingly, the supply blocks Rhubarb. Is it going to matter? We'll find out in a second. Guardian Shield helping out a tiny bit, but the Planetary Fortress goes down straight away. The tanks are being annihilated by those Immortals, but unfortunately for Lemmings, the Immortals aren't actually targeting down the tanks. Now they are. Here he goes. The power unit's finally moving through, but there isn't too much to kill the Banshees in the air. So while this is looking good at the moment for Lemmings, he doesn't actually have any way to stop those Banshees, and the Cloak Banshees just removing most of the... Yep, there you go. All of those leftover units are going to go down, and that is going to be an interesting way to sort of start off the action in this particular game. Zealots are being warped in, just going to run the long way to get across the map. Banshees are going to find them in the middle. Going to just downsize those guys pretty quick smart. There they go. Good night, boys. Hey. Wait, one more. One more. Now, there you go. Alright, cool. So, let's look at the aftermath of that. Supply count for Lemmings, 75. He did take this fourth base. Unfortunately, with the removal of all of those probes here at the third base, his saturation is quite far down on where it should be. He's got 47 probes in total. So he's not exactly too far behind his Terran opponent, but he's not going to be in a good position when these Banshees show up. And here they are, removing probes one by one. This Nexus could even just go down before any sort of counter could be arranged by Lemmings here. And it looks as if this game could actually end very soon, just basically off two bases. But battlecruisers are now here for Rhubarb as well. He's got a few tanks, a few Ravens, and some Ghosts. He's sitting on a supply of 55 workers at the moment. Command center and number 2 just off here at the third base are about to complete, and that's going to give him a lot more capabilities to restart his economy. So Rhubarb looking very good at the moment. Was that a couple of Phoenix I saw? It is. A couple of random Phoenix just came out here for Lemmings, but they're not going to be able to catch the Banshees. They head across the map, get into the safety of this turret, and that should be the end of any sort of threat from those Phoenix for the moment. But more Blue Flame Hellions getting inside this base. Really think that Lemmings should chuck down just a couple of cannons. He doesn't really need to go overboard. Just put down some sort of wall here to defend against these Blue Flame Hellions, and a couple of cannons. I mean, that's all it would take. Happened in the previous game as well. He was losing probes left, right, and center at his third base, and that perhaps was part of the reason why he went down. Was it? Oh, I thought there was something from Rhubarb inside the base here, but once again, Lemmings doing a really good job on his upgrades. He's about to be on 3-3 once this completes, which is quite nice for him. Unfortunately, he still has no real way. Oh, there you go. I suppose he's got a couple of Phoenix to deal with the Banshees, but the Phoenix may get mowed down by the battlecruisers. There are 2 Thors also on the way. There are probably not too much production here, but Lemmings knows that this fourth base is here. He is going to be able to take this down pretty quickly. There go the Zealots. Planetary Fortress annihilating everything there. And it looks like... What I was going to say, if both those Ravens go down, that's going to be really annoying for Rhubarb. But one survives, a point defense drone saving the day. And yeah, looks like Rhubarb is again securing himself in a very, very tight position right now. He's just going to keep the tempo of the game, going to sit back with this army. He's got 2 plus 3 weapons. He's also just about to complete. More Ghosts coming out. I think he has 1 nuke available. No, he doesn't, not yet. And no cloak as well. But Rhubarb sitting on a total of 5 factories. He's got 3 starports here, all with tech labs, of course, so we can get those battle cruisers out. A little bit supply blocked at the moment with 164 over 164, and with those Thors out, of course, that really adds to the depth of this this mixture here. We've of course got 8 Banshees, 2 battle cruisers, 5 tanks, a couple of Thors, and a couple of Hellions and Ghosts. Looking like a very nice mix from Rhubarb at the moment. For Lemmings, he's sitting on a singular Colossus, 2 Void Rays, 2 more about to pop out, some Zealots again, some Templar at the back with a lot of energy. They have no Storm though, so it's not as if he's going to storm too much. But what he can do is feedback everything here, as long as he can see it. I don't think there's an... Oh, okay, there's 2 observers in this group. I was going to say, if he doesn't have an observer, things could get a little bit messy. But he has restarted his economy. He's sitting on... oh, no, he hasn't really. He's at 48 workers at the moment. This natural expand is about to die down. There he goes, transferring some of them out. Getting a little bit of lag here. But Rhubarb still looking good at the moment. He's on 173 supply against the 151, so... it's 6 factories, sorry, miscounted. Anyway, still no weaponry fit. No Yamato cannon for these battle cruisers of Rhubarb again. But he does have a lot more power in these Banshees this time compared to what he had previously, where he only had the 2 battle cruisers and nothing else in the air. So we'll have to see what happens. It looks as if he is going to try and move, perhaps, into a position to attack. It looks as if both these guys posturing themselves around the map. 6 Void Rays now in effect. Sieging up at the watchtower here is Rhubarb. You can actually see exactly what's going on. A lot of EMPs here, taking down the shields of a couple of the Archons and the Zealots as well. But here we go. Lemmings is not in a good position at all. His Templar are way behind this fight. Battlecruiser 1 taken down. Banshees left and right, also getting feedback. Not too bad from Rhubarb, but he does have the advantage with those Thors. There goes the second battlecruiser, dropping down a mule. That is not BM. That's to try and repair the Thor. He's not going to be able to repair it though because 17 supply left. And while all of that is going on, the Banshees have decided to head up towards this 4th base. They're going to remove quite a lot of probes. The probe work kill at the moment for Rhubarb is sitting at 53. He has done so much damage with that. But it looks as if the carrier switches on for Lemmings. He does not have as much of a big bank to sort of resupply himself as he did in the previous game, so this could be very interesting. But behind this attack, Rhubarb has again gotten some of his workers up. We got 63, we got a bottom right hand side base being established, and Lemmings, what is he going to do this time? Because he's actually lost the Nexus that was here as well. That's gone down. He's at 67 supply. Rhubarb at 184. More Hellions just coming through the map. I do like these random Hellion attacks. They're very odd. It's not as if they're at a particular set time or anything like that. They're just sort of coming out randomly, and here they go in towards this 3rd base. Again, Lemmings, where are your cannons? Where are the cannons? Down go the probes. It's not even like any response to this of Void Ray coming in. Unfortunately, Void Rays don't actually do bonus damage to the Hellions and won't charge up very quickly either, so Lemmings losing some more probes here. There is even a probe attacking an assimilator. That's how upset this particular probe is. Someone get this guy a coffee. He's just had enough. But carriers are out, so he's got 2. This is how it started in the previous game. I mean, we did see a lot of Hellion attacks in that previous game. We saw carriers slowly coming out, so we'll see if it's going to be the same thing here again for Rhubarb. But this time, Thors are the unit of choice. So we're not going to have a lot of tanks. We're not going to have a lot of battle cruisers or anything like that. We're going to have quite a lot of Thors, and they're on the march. They've got +3 to their weapons, +2 to their armor, and here they are. They've got range. They've got tone, and off they fire against the carriers. Just gets away with one of the carriers, but I think this is going to be the end of Lemmings in this particular tournament, the SC2C.com Gold, Platinum, and Diamond Open number 56 in the round of 8. Unfortunately, Lemmings is not going to be able to hold up too long against all of this. One of the carriers goes down, but Thor's just able to march across the map. They do have a few SCVs covering them at the moment, repairing them as best as possible. And now goes the 3rd Nexus. That is going to be it. Good, well, not good game yet, but it's about to be GG from Lemmings. He's got no way to deal with this. Great play from Rhubarb. Oh wait, hang on. I just realized this is game 2. You're an idiot, Duckville. Alright, so we're going to go into game 3 in a minute. Yeah, alright, I'm a total idiot, my bad. GG from Lemmings. Yeah, my bad. Alright, so now it's 1-1. I, for some reason, thought that Rhubarb had won that previous game on Condemn Ridge, because he probably should have. But whatever.